Our headline interview now. As the United States moves closer to the start of the 2024 presidential election campaign, two issues already look like they will dominate it as America's culture wars rage on. Gun laws, after a terrible series of mass shootings recently, and the legal right to abortion, after a leaked Supreme Court document suggests it is about to be overturned. Donald Trump knows exactly where he stands on both of them. In fact, each are shaping up to be central to his platform for the White House. Stormy Daniels shot to fame back in 2016 during Trump's first presidential run after she claimed she had an affair with the former president, who then paid her a large sum of money for her silence. Since then, the porn actress has become one of Trump's biggest critics. And when we spoke a little earlier, she only doubled down on that. I started by asking Stormy whether she wants stricter gun laws.
I think that there needs to be a change. I think that anybody who is completely on one side and completely on the other is just being stubborn and not willing to look at the big picture here. I own guns. My family owns guns. Making guns illegal is not going to solve the problem, but I do think there needs to be much stricter regulations. And I don't think arming teachers is the right thing to do. And honestly, it all goes back to having better mental health care, honestly. One of the things I learned when I took the stand against Michael Avenatti and they tried to subpoena mental health records against me to shame me and to use it as a way to discredit me really painted a disturbing big picture about how in the United States, especially, mental health is considered so taboo and not addressed. And obviously, as we have seen, one thing can lead to another and these tragedies happen.
You've also spoken passionately in the past in favour of pro-choice, not ripping up the current abortion laws, which it would appear the Supreme Court is about to do. What would ending the nationwide right to have an abortion in your country do to it?
It would not stop abortion. It would stop safe abortions. Where there is a will, there is a way. We know this. People who are desperate will do anything. I think that same thing with the gun law and going back to mental health, we really need to go way back to the start of the issue and have much, much better sex education and open communication, right to health care, right to information, and support. Abortion is not going to stop. The only thing that will stop is legal and safe abortion.
So, he hasn't confirmed it yet. You know Donald Trump pretty well with your encounters in the past. You think this is not just about him rabble-rousing the base and keeping himself in the game. You think this really is him lining up for a proper run in 2024 now? He's
definitely gearing up for something, and it's not looking good. I'll just put it that way.
Well, if he does run, and it's against Joe Biden, which looks like it's going to be the Democrats' candidate at the moment, he's, after all, the acting president, that will be an unbelievably polarising race, won't it? It really will split the two Americas down the middle again. And what do you think that will do to the United States?
I think exactly what you just said is just going to create more of a division in the United States and families and friendships and relationships and businesses and the government. Polarizing is the perfect term. It's exactly the term I would use. I'll be quite honest, I think that we need some new, fresh opinions and candidates. And the old way of doing things is just not working, and it's destroying our democracy, to be quite honest.
And if Trump does win in 2024, what does a second Donald Trump presidency look like?
Oh, goodness, even I can't write a horror movie that good, and I write movies for a living.
A horror movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why horror?
It's just because he has this penchant for divisiveness, and for, you know, his followers, like the really radical ones, are just, it's basically going to be like throwing fuel on this raging fire. And we're so far down that rabbit hole that I'm afraid throwing nuclear bombs down it is just what this is going to be equivalent to. And I don't really know. I think violence is going to escalate. I think just this whole sense of having this urgency for one side and the other side to have to act, you know, irrationally and radically is going to come to a head, and it's truly quite frightening.
Stormy, you flirted with politics in the past, dibbled in and out of Republican politics. Why did you run against him?
Oh my goodness. That's an even dirtier job than the one I already have. Let's be honest. I'll stick to porn. It's more fun and not as dirty.
To be clear, US politics is more dirty than porn. That's your quote of the night.
Absolutely.
Okay, Stormy, finally, you're coming to Britain next month. You're talking at the Cambridge Union, nonetheless.
I am. On June 12th, I will be speaking at Cambridge. I'm very much looking forward to it.
What are you going to tell them?
And to be quite blunt, I haven't actually written my speech yet, but I do know that a large portion of my appearance is going to be open Q&A on the floor. And that's my favorite part about doing these, is really getting to answer people's questions and really getting to show them who I am, and for them to say whatever they want to me and get the response directly from me.
Okay, could use it to announce your run for the presidency.
I have learned one thing in the last 5 years: never say never.
Okay. Stormy Daniels, very good to talk to you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.